Hey, what's going on, everybody? Mike Gonzalez, Hispanic Food Network. Welcome to my kitchen. Hope you guys are having a great night. Hope everybody's surviving all this COVID-19 stuff. It's just been absolutely crazy. So, blessing go out to everybody that's struggling with bills, that's, just trying to make it right now. So, hopefully we can bring you a little joy in your life right now, because I'm going to attempt to make a little arroz con gandules, and I call this another Hispanic hack. So, if you follow Hispanic Food Network, I just get whims and I just look in my kitchen and I start making stuff. So I'm not saying this is authentic. My grandmother used to make arroz con gandules when I was young, growing up in Miami, Florida. So this isn't the processed one. This is one like you're having a craving and you're just like, yo, I gotta have something that tastes good. And I want to make it in like 10 minutes, so that's how I roll. When I make my arroz con pollo or I make my Cuban style rice and beans, I love to use Goya products because, they're already pre-made, they're already seasoned. So that's what I've got. But before I get going, I want to thank everybody because we just gave away $500 in our restaurant worker fund. So thank you guys for all your generosity. That was just awesome. It went to a lady named America Montaña out here in the state of Washington in Pasco. So she's a lady that just gives back to the community. She's been working at Hocho's Tacos in Pasco, Washington, which is just an awesome taco joint. So thank you guys again for your generosity. And if you want to read the article about America, it's on HispanicFoodNetwork.com right now. So again, thank you. So all right. We're in the kitchen, and this is my Hispanic food hack. For you Puerto Ricans out there, don't get all crazy because this ain't authentic. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying this is one that you can make that's fast and easy. I've got some of the ingredients that I like to use, so I'm going to take you over here as we get started. So I got to turn on my burner first. So let me show you guys the ingredients real quick. So like I said, super fast. If you've seen some of my videos, you know that I love to use minute rice, because what I like about minute rice is it's super fast, and then it also gets somewhat sticky too. So that's what I like about it. So with arroz con gandules, hi June, how are you? Good to see you. I know your daughter's out here in Pasco somewhere, isn't she? So sofrito is something that, if you've never used sofrito, it's basically onions, peppers, green peppers, all sorts of things in there. But Google sofrito, Puerto Rican sofrito, and you guys it'll be a great experience to learn because you can make it yourself. It's got culantro, you can substitute cilantro in there as well. But what I like is Goya makes it pre-made that I can find in Walmart or just regular stores here in Washington State. And when I lived on the East Coast in Raleigh, North Carolina, I used to be able to get culantro and sofrito also in the stores. So check that out. That's really super simple. Excuse me, I'm gonna have to get some water. We've got our gandules, and basically gandules are just pigeon peas. That's all they are. They kind of look like regular peas. And then some of my seasonings are real simple. This is Goya adobo. These are super simple to find too. I mean, if you absolutely can't find them in your town, you can go to goya.com and find those. I love to use minced onions because I'm not one that likes to cut up onions all the time. We've got a little oregano that we're going to sprinkle in there. And then we've got some Mrs. Dash. That's what I like about that. There's not much salt, a lot of flavor. My two favorites are the garlic and herb and the onion and herb. I mean, they're just fantastic. So I put these on just about everything. So if you need to substitute salt, if you've got some health issues, some blood pressure issues, check out Mrs. Dash, because my 93-year-old Puerto Rican grandmother swears by Mrs. Dash. She puts it on everything. And so that's how I discovered that. So then we got sazon. Sazon's kind of a staple and Caribbean food. It's a nice spice that you should do some research on. Just tastes really good. All right, so first thing we got to do is throw our oil in here. So you don't want to use too much. I mean, I like to do things by eye. I like to use extra virgin olive oils. I mean, some people don't like that. I mean, you could use whatever kind of, I'm one, you could use whatever you want, you know? I'm not telling you what to use. So with arroz con gandules, sofrito is kind of the base. So I like to throw in about 2 or 3 tablespoons. You know, a good hankering. I'm gonna make, you know, between 1 and 2 servings. I'll get that going in there. I'll put a little bit more. And you know, a lot of sofrito is green, but the prepackaged one or the pre-made one by Goya comes out red. So my suspicion is they might throw some sazon in there. And then I'm gonna put a packet of sazon. And this is when I throw my Mrs. Dash in there. I mean, you could do whatever you want. You know, a lot of people, you look at the videos on YouTube, and everybody does all sorts of things. You know, this is my thing. And again, this is my Hispanic food hack, so this is how I roll. So then you kind of want to, you know, let it heat up. I like to stir it around a little bit. Then I love minced onions. This is kind of my, I don't like to peel onions a whole lot. And it's just like, again, it's a quick substitute for all those onions if you don't want them. So right now I got the burner about a 3.5. I mean, you don't want it to be too hot because then everything's gonna burn up in there. And this is optional. I'm not a huge oregano fan, but I throw a little bit in there. Stir around a little bit, let you guys see. I don't know if y'all can see. So it's cooking nice. So the next step in the process of making these gandules is to actually throw the gandules in here. And this is the super quick version because we're using minute rice. Remember that? Because you know, typically when you make rice or you make gandules, you're gonna have to let it kind of sit for about sometimes 20-30 minutes depending what you want. And the one thing that I don't like, to be honest with you, is olives. My people love olives, but I'm not one that likes olives that much. Alright, so we're letting that cook. Oh, that smells so good. Oh my goodness. So your next step in the process is you're going to throw the gandules in there. You're going to throw, this is a 15-ounce can. You throw it in there with the water. So watch yourself when you do that. And then what you're going to do at this point, you're going to actually let it boil. So I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit. And again, you got minute rice. So this is what makes it so fast. This is my little secret. Alright, so you know, I'll stir it around a little bit. It's going to take a few minutes to boil. Alright, if you're just joining us, we are making arroz con gandules. It's a Puerto Rican classic. It's pigeon peas, but I'm making it my style when I'm just super hungry and I'm ready to have it in like 10-15 minutes. I mean, because a good arroz con gandule recipe is going to take sometimes. When abuela's making it, man, it's an hour. You know, and you're like, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Espera, mío, espera, wait, you gotta wait. So we all know that. We all know that feeling when it's smelling good and you're just in the kitchen and she's cooking it up and oh man, It brings back good memories. My grandmother, Petra Gonzalez, she is 93 years old. She still lives in Miami, Florida, still cooks for herself. She lives out in Century Village in Pembroke Pines. And this woman is beloved. I mean, she should have her own cooking show. She's so much fun. So, but she's the one that really stoked my passion for a lot of Hispanic food and Puerto Rican food especially. I grew up in Miami with a lot of Caribbean flavors, and I'll tell you what, sometimes I miss it. I live in the Pacific Northwest. Hi Celine, thanks for joining us. Yeah, this is a nice little hack. So it's starting to boil a little bit, so we'll just give it a few minutes. But yeah, growing up in Miami, boy, we had, seemed like a Cuban bakery, a Cuban little restaurant where you can get some white rice, black beans on every corner. So that's what I miss the most about Miami. But living out here in the Pacific Northwest, there's a few great restaurants in Seattle. I mean, unfortunately, we're going through this COVID-19 situation. You have La Isla, which is really popular in the Ballard neighborhood. You have, where I'm at in Central Washington, you have the Havana Cafe that opened about a year ago, and they're just killing it. Doing a lot of take orders now, and you know, so I really love Caribbean food, love Mexican food too. Really discovered Mexican food out here in the Northwest. We just have a great Mexican food scene because, for instance, here in Pasco, Washington, we have a very high Hispanic population, and man, the agricultural workers really started the town of Pasco, and man, there's some great Mexican restaurants. Hocho's is awesome. Coyote's a great spot. Junior's Tacos in Pasco. Fiesta Tacos is great. I mean, you can't swing a towel without hitting a great Mexican restaurant in Pasco. Even Spokane, Washington, De Leon's is the bomb. If you're ever out in Eastern Washington, you got to visit De Leon's in Spokane. He's got 3 spots, just amazing tacos. Okay, so the next thing that I forgot actually was a little bit of tomato sauce in there. So you want to throw about, let's say half a can, maybe 4 ounces. Let me get a little bit of that in as it boils. I was yapping. So let me go over the ingredients as this starts to boil a little bit, then I'm going to throw my rice in there. So again, we've got Arroz con gandules, that's the pigeon peas. We've got about 4 to 5 ounces of Goya tomato sauce. My secret weapon, the minute rice. A little bit of adobo if you want it. So I'll season that a little bit in there too. I've got my minced garlic. I'm gonna throw a little bit more in there. You guys will love this, Mrs. Dash. Those are my secret weapons too. So Mrs. Dash, my favorite flavors are garlic and herb and the onion and herb. Those are the best. Then of course, sazon. It's a nice little Puerto Rican flavoring. So, all right, we're starting to boil a little bit. So what I'm going to do, throw a cup of rice in there. Actually, I'm gonna make more. I'm gonna make a little bit more because I know I'm gonna put 2 cups. So this is where you gotta eye it, you know. So you already have 15 ounces of water from the actual gandules can. So with minute rice, it can be kind of tricky because, you know, you put 2 cups of rice. Typically, you're going to put 2 cups of water. So, but I don't like to put too much water with minute rice because when you put too much water with minute rice, it doesn't get as sticky as I like. So I'm just going to eyeball this a little bit. I put about a half a cup. So there we go. So it doesn't get too watery. I'm going to turn up my flame a little bit. And it's looking like arroz con gandules, so that's the nice thing. So check this out, you guys can see it a little bit. So it's got that classic look. And it's gonna take like a quarter of the time. Alright, so we put that over the pan, and you know, this is probably going to take another 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm not going to bore you with all that. So that, I mean, in total, I think we started like around 8:31-ish. So we're looking at 10, 15 minutes to make like a really good arroz con gandules. Hey Scott, what's going on, buddy? Calvin, good to see you. Rick. So that's why I love minute rice, because it's fast and it winds up being sticky and it just tastes so good. So I've got another recipe that I did probably 5 days ago with black beans and white rice. How you can do it super quick. And I'm telling you, if you guys want like a good Hispanic meal, that's all you need. I love Goya products, so if you guys can find these, I mean, a lot of their stuff is already seasoned. It's already ready to go. I find it in Walmart here. I know in some towns you're not able to find it, so you know, you go to their website, you can find them. You can find them in a lot of Hispanic stores, Hispanic grocery stores. I've noticed a lot of Mexican Hispanic grocery stores are starting to carry more Caribbean stuff. So let me give you one more look at this. Look at that. Oh yeah, starting to look really good. Alright, so I can't wait to eat this. Guys, thanks again for all your support on the Hispanic Food Network. We're at 24,000 followers, so it's pretty awesome. Really glad for the support. And again, thank you for that donation for our Restaurant Workers Fund. And America Montana got $500 to pay a few bills. And I think the best part, she said she was going to pay it forward. So that was a blessing in itself. So hope you guys are doing all right during all this COVID-19 stuff. Hopefully we'll bring you a little joy through food. I'm a big believer in that. So God bless you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.